not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to Let's Talk Hormones with Carolyn Zallmeyer. Take some time with me this evening to learn how to age healthier and live happier. Today we'll be discussing how hormones can affect all aspects of your health and well-being. I've been specializing in women's health and hormones for over 28 years and focusing in on bioidentical hormone therapy for both men and women for the past several years. We talk hormones, we don't talk sex, we talk health, aging, wellness, and relationships, and well, maybe a little bit of sex. So let's get this party started. Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Hormones with me, Carolyn Zallmeyer, bioidentical hormone expert. We're live streaming on Facebook on the Low TE Florida page, and the fun part of the Facebook page live is that you can watch it over and over again and share it with your friends. You can forward on to your friends during the show or even after. So we're live on 95.3 FM and 1470 AM, WNN, the Health and Wealth Network here in South Florida, and also on the iHeartMedia radio app nationwide, and can be found under WNN 1470. During the next 30 minutes, if you have any questions for me about any aspects of bioidentical hormones, I'd love to hear from you. Please call in to 1-888-565-1470, or you can send your questions in through Facebook at Low TE Florida. Tonight I have two very special guests joining me. Not only are they patients of mine, but also friends. I've known them for several years. Two terrific people that I've got to know through my practice and I've enjoyed learning about how they live their best life with their hormones being optimized. So we're going to talk tonight about bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, pellet therapy, hormones, and just feeling young and alive again. So let me introduce to you my two good friends, Annette and Skip.
Thank you for inviting us.
Well, thanks for coming in. This is good fun. So, Annette, would you start with just tell us your story about how you ventured into hormones to begin with and how you found Low TE Florida?
Okay. Do you have a couple hours? It's a long story, but I'll give you the Cliff Notes version, really. You know, it's weird because when I was about 50, I started to really feel like, I'm getting old and I need to do something. And so I went to an anti-aging doctor thinking he'd probably give me something for wrinkles or what have you. And he wanted to check my hormones, and that's kind of how it started. And I started out with cream.
Right.
So I'd put the cream on, every night and every morning. And I'll tell you, I felt a little better, but nothing great. And I heard about pellets a long time ago from my friend in Dallas. She told me that a friend of hers got the pellets, and I was like, pellets?
Yeah,
what
it's
are
big
pellets?
in Dallas. Yeah, that's where a company is founded.
Yeah, and I didn't think much of it other than she said it was great. He had great, reviews on it, and then just let it pass. And then I heard about you coming to Toonies, and I wanted to listen and learn more because I had been in the pharmaceutical field. So, drugs and things like that were in my field. So I came to see you twice, I have to say.
That's the fun part about Annette. When she comes in, she has her folder, and she's got her dosing, and she has a lot of questions, and we get through all her questions, and I love that. I love that about patients that are smart and thinking and want to know what's going on with their own bodies and trying to figure out, what we can do to tweak you to make you even feel even better. So that's always been fun for me when I see you. That's a nice thing. And it did take her 2 times to actually come in. She heard my talk. I thought it was 3.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think it's closer to 3.
I think she was
stalking me.
Because I brought him the third
That's
time.
Right.
And I told you I wasn't stalking you, but I'm kind of slow, and I wanted to hear it again.
Well, you notice when a beautiful blonde comes to your talk, she stands out, and she certainly looks much younger than her chronological age, which we won't share on the air.
That's okay. I'm going to have a birthday this month. I'll be 60.
Oh, my
60
gosh.
Yeah.
She looks like a teenager. If you guys aren't watching, if you're just listening, you got to tune into Facebook and see this girl. I mean, she looks like a teenager. Fabulous. So, Skip, did you actually get pelleted before, Annette?
No, at the same time, actually.
At the same day?
Yeah, Annette
Okay.
took me to one of your networking, if you will. She went twice before, and I dropped her off, and I said, I don't want to look at this. She did some research online for pellets, and she found it very intriguing.
Excellent.
And she said she'd like me to try it. And I said, not me, I'm perfect. I'm great. I have the energy, I have the sex, I have everything I need. I don't need pellets.
Right.
And I got the pellets. And I was wrong.
Have you ever used other types of testosterone, either creams or shots before
I tried
that?
the shots once, and I really didn't feel any different with the shots.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I didn't enjoy that, shooting myself. I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. You had to on a schedule. If you forgot a day, you missed it and went a little longer.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with me with the cream. You know, sometimes I would forget to do it, and the doses were very ambiguous. You had to use a little syringe, and I would constantly be, confused and forget it. So.
Yeah, I tried the creams in the very beginning before I knew about pellet therapy, and it was the same thing. I would be good at putting it on in the morning, but the evening dose I would always forget. So I never really felt well until I got the pellets. And for me, the big game changer was energy. At the end of the day, I was just exhausted. But now when I go home, I've got my energy. I want to do a radio show. I want to go out. I want to have
fun. He wanted to fertilize the lawn the first night he had the pellets. I'm serious. And this guy is
it was like 10 o'clock at night, wasn't it?
Yes. I got home and I'm sitting there and I said, I got to do something. I'm going to fertilize the lawn. And I actually went outside
and he's
because
not a honey-do list.
Energy that I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, that was the big game changer for me as well. What are some of the other things that you may have noticed?
First?
Yeah, well, for me, everybody's symptoms are different. I've never gotten hot flashes, believe it or not. But I've been very, like you said, no energy. Mine were specifically 3 that I could think of. No energy, no sex drive, and just depressed.
Yeah.
And now I feel more optimistic about life, everything. Just feel a lot more energetic.
That was a surprise for me too. Is the more I studied it, the more that we're learning that we can treat depression and anxiety with bioidentical hormone pellets, and we're able to actually wean people off their antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications. And Dr. Donovitz, we have his book here. You can get that. Yeah, you can get it free off our website on lowteflorida.com if you wish. He did a study with his daughter, who's a nurse practitioner, and they did a study on PTSD for returning war vets. And the testimonials are so emotional. It got them out of the house. It helped with their mood swings, helped with their sleep, the anxiety, depression. They were just happier, helped with their relationships, So
I think it snowballs, too. It kind of domino effect, because we were feeling more energetic. We said, let's go work out. And then we started working out, and then we got in better shape. And then we each lost weight. I lost 7 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know
I went from 23% body fat to 17.5% body fat.
Holy man.
Which isn't bad at age 56. I got to admit that.
Absolutely.
And
he has to throw his age out because he knows he's younger than Leslie.
I am younger.
He's younger than me. I'm a cougar.
I'm younger.
I'm a cougar too.
I love it, especially now with the pellets. Come on,
absolutely.
It's just amazing the difference, and you don't think about it. I mean, I didn't think about when I would fertilize the lawn that I felt different. I didn't think about it working out harder, losing weight. Didn't think about it. That it is the pellets, because before that I didn't have what I have now.
Right.
And it's fantastic. I mean, her mood swings are gone. I mean,
that's good.
The head doesn't swivel, and she doesn't get that deep voice. It doesn't happen anymore. But it's great. I mean, and I'm not a pain guy. I was nervous at first when I first met you, and I'm not into the kind of pain. And you said it won't hurt, and I didn't believe you, of course.
Of course.
It didn't hurt. It was 5 minutes in and out, and I can show you the scar if you like on TV. But it's okay. It was very simple procedure, and I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you. It was fantastic.
My pleasure.
It has helped tremendously.
Yes. Well, that's wonderful. Now, did you, Annette, you said you really researched it. Had you tried the creams? Did you try like troches or any other method, or just the creams?
Not really, just the creams. I was doing the estrogen with the testosterone mixed together, and then I think a progesterone cream at night. And that's it.
Okay. Now, with the hormones, we were talking earlier that, and I did a show last week on osteoporosis, and you have a very thin bone build, and that's important for people of your build to have good, strong bones. And so you get the benefit of having your hormones optimized. The testosterone actually helps rebuild bone. So if there's anybody out there with osteoporosis or osteopenia, the beginning of osteoporosis, you really need to get some good testosterone pellets in you, because the benefits of the pellets is it brings your hormones up slowly over the next 4 to 6 weeks after insertion, then holds them steady for the next 3 to 5 months for women and 4 to 7 months for men. And with that continuous delivery, you're actually rebuilding bone and helping prevent osteoporosis, helping prevent heart disease. It's supportive for the breast, supportive for the prostate. And the fun part about the prostate is the studies show that if men have relations at least 3 times a week, that they have less incidence of prostate cancer. So with the testosterone increasing the libido, that all feeds to it. So we have a healthy prostate. So, and the relationships, because what we notice a lot is as we age, we tend to lose ourselves. When our hormones start to leave the building, we kind of lose track of our personality, of who we really are. And with that, if we're aging at the same time, a lot of couples will pull apart. And I grew apart, or we grew apart. We hear that all the time. Where Suzanne Summers, I do a lot of shows with her, and one of her things is that she feels that if more people had their hormones optimized, there'd be less divorce, less war, and people would just get along better. They'd be happier. And it's true. You feel your mood kind of lighten.
I could definitely agree with that. I've noticed a change in both myself and Annette.
Yeah. Yep. And how often do you come in for your pellets, Annette?
It's about, I know when I need to come in, let's put it that way.
What do you notice?
I work out a lot, but so if you work out more, you need to have it sooner. So I come in like every 4 months seems to work for me, but if I don't, I notice my energy going down, I'm more angry, I'm tired.
I notice it too.
Just the same old, and then I take it and I feel more even keel. I feel like there's like a cloud of light around me when I'm on the hormones. I even sent pictures to my sister, and she called me from California. She goes, "Are you on hormones?" I says, "Yeah." She goes, "I could tell." Wow. And I'm really, thank you. I don't know. I guess I look different. Maybe I'm projecting different because I feel better. I feel younger, and I have 4 older sisters, and they're all, "Why are you taking hormones?" And they're all like osteoporosis and weight gain, no sex. Broke their hips. 2 of them broke their hips in my presence, in my house.
Oh my
when they were visiting me.
Oh my gosh! And you recently fell down and didn't break a hip.
Recently
so
fell.
It's all good.
I've fallen like 3 times the last 2 years. Slipped.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay.
Thank God.
We need to get you some better slippers for at home.
Or stop drinking and walking on wet tile. No, just kidding.
Oh Lordy! And Skip, how often do you get your pellets?
Well, between every 3 and 4 months. As Annette said, didn't elaborate all. I notice a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll start to feel yourself going down, and you never know you were down till you're up with the pellets.
Right.
So I'm between every 3 and 4 months, depending.
Yeah, and you work out hard, both of you. So
to some extent, yes.
Yeah, because the pellets are not time released; they're cardio released, meaning when the blood passes by the little pellets, it picks up the little micro pieces, and so you get the benefit of it when you're working out. When your heart rate is faster, your blood is pumping faster and picking up more, and it also helps you during times of stress if your heart rate is up. So it really helps you at the times that you need it. While you're working out, you can lift heavier, run further, whatever you're doing for your exercise, and you feel more like working out. When the pellets start to wane, it's kind of like, I don't even want to get out of the bed. Yeah. So
that's the feeling.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I'd like to add, if I could, being the skeptical person that I am, and I'm very sensitive to anything I take.
Oh, very
Any
sensitive.
vitamins, he knows. And I was skeptical about this because it's something you can't stop taking once it's in you. And I have honestly had no side effects with it.
Yeah. Well, it's almost impossible to have like an allergic reaction to it because the term bioidentical actually means the chemical molecule, the octagon with the lines from chemistry, is exactly the same in our product that's in our bodies, what our body produces. So our body's just convinced that we're naturally producing more and more hormone, and there's nothing really to be allergic to. Some people, when they first get the hormones, people say, well, what are the side effects? Some women in the very beginning with the first rush of the hormones coming in may feel a little bit of breast tenderness or nipple tenderness and possible some vaginal spotting, especially if they're not good at taking their progesterone, but then they learn to take it on time so they don't have to experience that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No side effects. I mean, everything's great. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
It's hard to really put this into words because until you do it and until you experience it, it's very hard to put into words the difference.
You don't know what you're missing.
That's a good way.
Thing. You don't know what you're missing.
Well, I have a lot of people say that they didn't know how bad they felt until they felt good.
Correct.
That they felt well. I know with my hormones when they're optimized, I feel like I can take on. We were talking about how that feeling you have, the light. I feel like when I have my hormones that I have my armor. and I can handle whatever the world gives me, and I react appropriately. I don't snap or I don't not respond. I'm more like my old true self. And so that's one of the things I like about it, and that's one of the things I notice when my hormones start to wane is that I just feel a little bit more tired. I don't handle things. I say some things that I shouldn't say, or I don't say things I should.
To snap, to be impatient.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the things that bring people in. But I truly love my practice because I get to, number one, give people hope. I get people coming in that just really don't feel good. They'll be sitting there crying or having hot flashes or just miserable and the whole thing, and I give them hope. Draw their blood that day, and the next day I can pellet them because we get the results back the next morning. And with our scientific dosing that we do, it's pretty close to spot on. About 95% of the time, it's spot on with our initial dose. But we do check the lab 6 weeks later just to make sure we've got it. Because, like with people that exercise like you two, you may burn through it quicker than those that are more sedentary. So we need to dial it in and make sure we got the dosing correctly. And then we talk about it each time you come in to see how are you feeling. Do you feel like, your energy's good, your mood, your sex drive, the whole bit. And we can tweak it from there. So that's one of the neat things is I can give hope and then actually deliver it. See the patients at their 6-week blood draw visit just to check their labs. And sometimes it's like night and day. I mean, they'll just come in on a cloud so happy and feeling so good.
I thought the dosage was amazing. You took my blood. You explained, okay, I'm going to bring you up to this level.
Yep.
You took my blood 6 weeks later, and you were within 2 points of the level you want to bring me to. That just astounded me.
Yeah,
within 2 points of what you said was going to be.
Type AAA personality.
I don't know how you
dialed
do
it
this.
in.
Uses a computer.
Yes, we have a computer dosing site that Dr. Donovitz created. Whereas practitioners, we can go in and put your age, your weight. For men, we put your activity level, if you exercise heavy, light, medium. And for women, we put whether you're a smoker or not, because women that smoke burn through their estradiol quicker. And so we need to factor that in. We also put in your hormone levels, your thyroid levels, because a sluggish thyroid can mimic low hormones, and we don't want to fix one and still have you not feeling your best. And then we also check your vitamin D because it's so critical for your bones, your teeth, your mood. And the latest studies are showing that if you have your D optimized, maintain it optimized, that you have less incidence of certain types of cancer. So that's big. And then I put in clinical things for women, like if they've had a hysterectomy, if they've had uterine fibroids, for men, if they've had prostate cancer. And I hit calculate, and it populates a starting recipe just for you. So using your science, we're able to come up with a starting dose for you. So we'll know.
I think it's great. It's not guessing work, which when it showed that within 2 or 3 points, I was amazed.
Yeah.
And also because of you found my Hashimoto disease, which I never had been diagnosed for all my life.
Yeah, he thought it was something to do with sushi or something.
I wasn't sure what that was, but you discovered that,
Exactly.
and I was able to correct that now.
Yes,
so that has also helped.
Hashimoto's is interesting, and we do test everybody for it, and a lot of people don't know about it. And simple corrections in your lifestyle, correcting your thyroid, going totally gluten-free is a good thing. And then also adding in an iodine supplement with selenium and zinc is important. And then also a good probiotic, because the autoimmune disorders, they feel are based in the gut. And so we need to support the flora of the gut so that you have good strength for your immune system, for your digestion, mood, and skin issues. So you take the probiotics too. You're a good supplement taker. Yeah.
Yes, and the D's. I take all that, which is good.
Yeah.
But the Hashimoto I didn't know until you explained what it was.
Yeah, people think it's some Japanese like funny stuff.
And it's just funny the way your life changes as you progress through this, because it started, and I think I work out better now with the pellets. The pellets have helped me work out better. I think my life is a little bit better because of the pellets. My energy level definitely is.
Yeah. And your lawn's better.
My lawn's better. It's actually green. Yes, thank you. And it's just amazing the difference. And I've recommended you to many people, and I was so skeptical as she was. Basically, it's, Manette says, I'm going to do it, you're going to do it too. I said, okay, I'll try. I didn't expect much, but I was very impressed with what I got.
I think not only are you a good nurse practitioner, you're also a very sweet person, I think.
Aww.
Always cheerful when we come in and laugh at our stupid jokes.
Well, no, I'm always happy to see you guys.
No, okay, they're my stupid jokes. I admit, yes.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. So, what next? What else do you do? Do you have, what type of diet are you guys following?
It's funny. I'm a flexitarian. I do eat meat occasionally, but we don't cook meat at home.
Okay.
And we started that after the pellets. I think my diet's gotten much better after the pellets. I don't know if that's because I feel better, if that's because of the pellets. I can't tell you why, but I can tell my diet's gotten much better.
That's fabulous. Because one of the things that Dr. Donovitz promotes, and it's even in the title of his book, is avoiding over-medication through natural hormone balance, meaning if you can control your nutrition and prevent getting diabetes, high blood pressure, you won't have to have those medications, and you're certainly not obese, but there's this whole myriad of prescriptions that, like, right now, if you were to, Annette, go into a traditional OBGYN and say you do have hot flashes, the gold standard right now is to prescribe you an antidepressant. Well, you weren't depressed, you just had hot flashes. And then what happens? Oh, good, you get fat. Okay, so then he prescribes you a diet pill. When you're jazzed up on that, your blood pressure goes up. So now you get a blood pressure medicine. Okay, and then your thyroid's whacked. Let's give you another medicine. Then the corker is that you get to go on a statin, and you get to have leg cramps. And you're fat and having hot flashes, you're miserable. It's the whole thing. So if we just nipped it in the bud and treated it from what the core of it is, what the root of the problem is, it's just a hormone imbalance, and then we would be able to prevent all that. And that's our goal. Is really to help.
It's so important. A lot of people that I speak to, they right away they say, "Oh, it's not safe," and why are you doing that? It causes breast cancer. And I said, this is
a lot of fallacies out there. People don't understand.
There's a lot of myths, and that's just what we're charged with every day is to dispel the myths. That estradiol are bioidentical hormones. There's not one study that shows that it causes breast cancer. Same with the testosterone. There's no studies that show that your bioidentical testosterone causes prostate cancer, where traditionally we were taught back in school that was the case. Well, when you dive into the research, it's just not there.
Annette did that. She did a lot of research.
I'm sure she did.
She found everything that said it's not connected in any way whatsoever.
Exactly. And I certainly wouldn't build a practice around something that caused cancer. No. That wouldn't be smart.
Not unless you want to prevent cancer. So
So anyway, well, very good, very good. Now you guys travel quite a bit.
We try to.
And
yes.
the pellets make that easy for you because you don't have to pack creams and shots and all that stuff.
I couldn't imagine doing that. We traveled to Italy for 3 months. I couldn't imagine taking all that paraphernalia through the borders and through the customs and all. I couldn't. So I didn't even think about that actually, but that's a very good point.
No, I had a gentleman. He and his wife were traveling to the Orient, and it was he had been doing the shots, and he was fairly happy with the shots. But he's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't imagine carrying this, through security, through the whole bit." So he got his pellet, and he was quite happy.
I like it because it's kind of like you set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about it. It does its work, like you said. When you need it more, and when you need it less, it just releases.
Have you noticed any difference with joint pain?
I don't really have.
You didn't have that to begin with?
No, I had
because I have this one guy. I have many patients that say it, but one of the good things about the pellet therapy is it does help with joint pain as we age with arthritis. You guys nipped it in the bud. You started early enough that you didn't experience that, so that's great.
I had it before. I was doing collagen though, and I thought that was helping me. But now I don't even do the collagen. I don't need it. I'm just doing the pellets. I really truly believe in hormones. I've always been a big fan of Susie. Which I would say Susie Orman. Suzanne Summers.
That's a different show.
Which I know. Which I love her. I think she's a doll. And I read her books before in the past about how she overcame cancer naturally. And then she's talking about the hormones. I was like, yes. She's got to be my mentor, and that's before I even met you.
Yeah, she is absolutely amazing. I was doing a program with her. There's a video of it on our website talking about sex after 50, and she loves to talk about sex. So it was quite the show, quite the show.
That's okay. I mean, people think because you get old, I mean, you're 50 or 60, it's over, and it's not.
No.
Just beginning.
You can find love at any age. I believe that.
Yeah, and testosterone is really responsible for stirring up the passion, getting that loving feeling back. So if you feel like that's, kind of waning from your relationship, and that can be a big problem because a lot of times you're not on the same schedule with your partner as to, when things are slowing down. And your body really needs the hormones. Estrogen has over 400 functions in the body. Testosterone has over 100. And we're not able to put our finger on it, as to when it's leaving the building, what we're feeling. But we know we just don't feel as good as we used to. And so I try to think of it about we're turning back the clock maybe 10, 15 years, just to get you back to your old self. And I get it. The sad part is I've had several patients in my office crying at their 6-week visit, saying that if they had only had their hormones optimized a year or two before, they would still be married. That they lost a really good partner because they hadn't searched it out, hadn't researched it, and now they knew that, hey, he wasn't so bad or she wasn't so bad, it was me. Now I'm back to my old self, and sometimes it's too late. So if that's one of your things, come see me. Let's get you feeling better. I mean, it's big.
The grass isn't greener on the other side. You just have to remember to water it. You just have to water what you have.
And fertilize. Thank you. Yes.
That's kind of like a really...
And fertilize.
We didn't mean it in that way, but it sounded funny that he came home and had to fertilize the lawn.
I remember that story. I think you called me the next day.
Yes. The energy was there.
Oh, fabulous. Well, I want to thank you guys for taking time out of your busy schedule and coming to visit with us today.
It's our pleasure.
Come to Let's Talk Hormones with Carolyn Zallmeyer.
We, of course, will see you in a few weeks.
Absolutely. Okay. So anyway, we have another show next week. So if you tune in on Thursday at 7 o'clock, and if you'd like to share this on Facebook or send some questions or call my office, 954-791-4498. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you for listening. It's my mission to help men and women live their best lives, and I hope that today's show gave you just a little motivation to do so. If you'd like to learn more about bioidentical hormones and if they're right for you, please call my office to schedule a consultation, 954-791-4498, or visit our website, lowteflorida.com. See you next week.
The opinions